Yes, I do agree, sir.
Our intuition is in our intuition is stronger and more powerful and more helpful than our intelligence. 90% of the time, our
Even I agree.
yeah. So if you do that, you will see that your intuition will start taking over your intelligence, and that's where you will start getting full marks in listening. You will use all the jugars available in the world to get 40 on 40 because your intuition is very jugadu. Your intelligence is very very bookish, isn't it? When you use
Yes.
your intelligence, you go step by step, and steps become more important than results. So you get lost into the steps when you are using your intelligence. When you are using your intuition, your result is more important than steps. So you give a heck to what the person is saying, and your whole concern is boss iska answer kya hoga, and you use all the jugars available. For example, यहाँ पे number आएगा और there should be some kind of um, verb or noun. ये क्या आएगा? And you use this jugaad to answer all the questions. Otherwise, you become a slave of your intelligence, and you miss even those questions which you could have done easily. So what I want you to do is I want you to focus on developing your intuition to the extent that you do not remain a slave of your intelligence. There are so many techniques and there are so many things which are there, mental preparation, monitor performance, all those. I don't want to go into that. I just want to talk about two techniques which work the best. Number one, do the same test multiple times and use that three tabs technique. Number two, after doing the test, close the test paper, listen to the audio, reconstruct the test paper. Once you develop your intuition, nobody can stop you from getting full marks on listening. You get to understand how the test is arranged, how the examiner thinks. I don't want you to become overconfident about it, but all I'm trying to say is at least use the right technique, isn't it? Don't get caught into thinking that I have to do 10 tests again, and then I have to see my performance. First, prepare and practice, then think about performance. So take any one or two or three tests, do them multiple times. Once you start getting 40 on 40 on those three tests, you can take any test, you would know the structure, you would know how to answer on those. What's the three tab technique? So I'm going to send a video to you. Let me just give you a brief of what this tabs technique is. In three tabs technique, you open three tabs of that PDF. In the first tab, you open the test. In the second tab, you open the transcript. In the third tab, you open the answers. So you have got all the three in three tabs. The questions, what is a transcript? Do you know? The transcript is the text form of whatever was spoken,
Conversation.
the conversation. So all lot of conversation is there in the form of text. And the third is the actual answer. So rather doing the listening, what you do is you read the question, you read the transcript. Oh, this is what it was saying. So you are not listening, you are reading, and you are reading the answer. Out of this transcript, this was the answer. So he picked up this part on which a question was framed. Am I able to tell you this in words? I don't want to go into deep because I'm going to, and in any case, I'm going to send a video of this so you would know what this three types technique is. Primarily, instead of using listening, you are using reading to develop your listening. The problem with listening is you get to hear only once, and if you miss it, you miss it. The advantage of reading is you can go through the same line multiple times. So, that's what three types technique is in brief.
So,
Okay.
so this we supposed to follow first before listening the audio, you mean to say, right?
I want
And
you to
then we
do,
could.
no, no, no. This is how it is. Step one, I want you to do the test, the
Okay.
actual listening test. All right.
Hmm. Hmm.
Step two, you will do the same test again.
Okay.
Step three, you will do the same test again. You are going to do this till you get 40 on 40.
40 full marks. Yes.
Yeah. What happens is by the time you do the same test the third time, you will automatically get 40 on 40. You will start remembering half the answers,
Exactly.
right? Once you get 40 on 40 in one, and you still
Hmm.
think I'm not clear about something, then you use this three tabs technique.
Okay. Perfect.
So three
Got
tabs
it.
technique is to check the answers in case you were not able to find the answers even after doing the test the three times.
3 times. If we are getting confused in any question, and then we can just go through the transcript and we can get to know. You mean to
Exactly.
say?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you for asking that question. It helped us to get organized. So this is what I want you to do. All those who are doing listening for the first time, do this. Let's come to reading now. Now I saw a lot of questions about reading, how to do reading, and what all steps.
Rajiv,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, sorry to interrupt you. What was the second technique you were telling about the other than the three tab?
So the first, no, there are only two techniques I discussed about, not
Yeah.
three techniques, just two
No,
techniques.
the first one is three tab, and the second one is
The first one is not three tabs. The first one is to do the same test three times,
okay,
and the
okay,
second is three tabs. That's it.
okay, okay, okay,
So just two techniques. All right, do the same test multiple times. Number one. Number two, use the three tabs technique if you are confused about certain question. I also
okay.
discussed about that, closing your eyes and doing
Yeah,
the test
yeah,
technique. So that's what,
yeah.
yeah. So we can
Okay,
consider these three.
okay,
That's it.
okay.
Do three tests this way, you will become master of listening. I can tell you that because it takes a little time. Like for example, when I'm saying that you have to do the same test three times, it's not going to happen just like that. One like one attempt takes around 30 minutes. So if you are taking three attempts of the same test, you will be spending almost 1.5 hours just doing the listening. But I can tell you it will be worth it.
Yes.
Yeah. And then in case you are still stuck, you are going to use that three steps technique. Then when you are done and you are in a mood to, just relax and not do anything else, simply switch on the audio from YouTube, that the same listening test, just listen to it and reconstruct the whole test in your mind. You'll get to see how the questions were framed. Once you start thinking like an examiner, you'll start performing like an examiner.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what it is. Okay, so let's move on to reading now.
That listening was the same, the post that you have shared, right? I mean, first standardize and then optimize, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Repetition thing, right? Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. First standardize, then optimize. We try to optimize first and we try to standardize later, which does not
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
So you have to first standardize, then optimize. Yes. Now let's talk about reading. Now, I would suggest the same thing for reading. People do not commit many mistakes. People commit the same mistake many times. That's the problem with listening, with any kind of test, especially for reading. So, like for example, let's talk about specifics first. Let me just open that so that I would be able to address a few very pointed questions that you have asked. Some of you do not like heading questions. Some of you do not like true false not given and those type of things. So let me try to address them. Okay, let me first of all um, give me a minute, please. Huh? Yeah, so the phases of learning are going to be the same, whether it is reading, whether it is listening. I want you to first focus on preparation and practice, then focus on performance. Don't get disappointed by your marks. Don't think that you have to score very high marks. Use first few tests for the purpose of developing, for the purpose of preparation and practice. Then after doing 3 tests, you can start thinking about performance. Performance would come later. First, understand the types of questions, understand the type of passages, then think about marks. Please do not think about marks during the initial stages. Now, this is what I suggest. Basically, take any two Cambridge books. Okay, these Cambridge books have got, what are these Cambridge books? I believe all of you would have seen these books at least once, or if you have not, I can send those books to you. These Cambridge books are the standard test papers which came at some point in time in the journey of IELTS tests. Yeah, so they are the actual test papers. So there is so much of content. All the people, all all coaches have their own content, and they say that study this, study that. My suggestion to you is to study something which is most authentic, right? Something which is given by British Council or IDP, and something came which actually came in the real test would make more sense. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So take any two books. In each book there are 4 tests of academic, 2 tests of general. Take one book for preparation and practice, take the next book for performance. All right, and do the same test multiple times. Okay, now coming to the uh, coming to develop how to master the skills related to reading. What all is involved in reading, and what makes a reading test a little challenging? Let me ask you this. Let us try to go a little deep into the reading test, and let us try to understand what makes it difficult. So the first thing which makes the reading test difficult is the wrong approach towards the reading test itself. The name reading comprehension is a misnomer. It is not a reading comprehension test. It is answering the questions test. What is the best way to avoid a lion? I asked this question multiple times, and some of you might already know this. What is the best way to avoid a lion? So, if you know there is a lion,
Not to go to the jungle, right?
don't go to the jungle, isn't it?
Yeah, never go to the close one.
Never go to,
Too close.
yeah, too close to the. So, the best way to avoid a lion is not to go near it. A lion never comes knocking at your door telling that Abhinav, Ranjit, Priya, I'm hungry today. Can I please eat you? See, please do me a favor. You are all Indians, and you say that, what is that? Uh, Guests are gods. So I'm your guest today. May I please eat you? It never happens. What is the best way to avoid confusion of reading?
Never read it.
Never read the passage. Confusion will come. You will get confused only when you read the passage. Is that right?
Yes.
How about not reading the passage? Will you get confused? But this seems to be quite an outrageous kind of suggestion, isn't it? How would you do reading without reading? How would you do reading comprehension if you don't read the passage? See, it's like this. Let's say you have a kid, all right, and you have got 4 5 small gardens in your colony. Okay, your kid is usually goes to 2 3 of the gardens. He does not go to every garden. Those 2 3 gardens where he usually goes to play. All right. So your whoever says that जरा उसको लेके आओ बबलू को पतलू को जिसको जो भी नाम है उसका, you are supposed to bring him back. Are you going to search all the gardens, or are you just go to roam around all the gardens first? नहीं 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 नहीं. I'll look at all the gardens, then I'll go to the garden where I already know where Bablu will be, and then I'll catch his ear and bring him home.
Yes, agree.
What
We'll search Search for the most probable ones, then we'll go to other ones.
Yeah. When Bablu goes to 3 gardens out of 12 gardens, isn't it you will go to those 3 gardens only? Acha, before going to the garden, what will you do? Suppose, let me ask you like this. Like, what would be your mindset? What is the prerequisite to bring an answer back to the question or bring Bablu to home? What is most important?
The first 3 gardens.
The first 3 gardens.
The
Usse
that
bhi
one
pehle,
by
before the garden, what comes before the garden?
First check Bablu is in home or not.
Yeah, that is also true. What else?
maybe they could be a one could the favorite place for Bablu. So we could like out of 3 we can go for the one
No, no, no.
among one.
There is something which everybody misses. And I'll show you that. What is this? Before going to search for Bablu, what is the most important thing? What is the most important thing if you want to search for Bablu? Tell me.
First, we have to call his name.
Okay. So you need to know his name. What else?
Yeah.
What else?
To call his friends.
Maybe. Okay. What else? What is most important thing? If you want to search for Bablu, what is most important thing?
You have to go to his house,
Whose house?
Bablu's house.
हाँ ठीक है मतलब बबलू के तो घर से ही जा रहे हो ना आप so what I mean what is most important thing yeah, that you should pay attention to before you search for Bablu. Okay, see, can you all see my screen?
Know that he is lost.
Can you all see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Let me show you
Okay.
a Bablu. Here is your Bablu. Can you read the Bablu, please? Which is marked as number 1. Please read it to yourself. Michael Faraday was the first person to recognize Perkins' ability as a student of chemistry. All right, this is your Bablu. All right, so you have to search for this Bablu. What is the most important thing?
Bablu. Bablu himself.
Bablu. That's correct. You are right. Bablu is most important. The most important thing is the question itself. What happens is we don't understand the question. Bablu की फोटो ही नहीं लेके जाते, ठीक है? कोई और तबलू की फोटो लेके चले जाते हैं और बोलते से पूछते हैं क्या तू बबलू है? ये ऐसा ऐसा मतलब फोटो तबलू की ले you misunderstand the question. Half the time this happens, I'm telling you. The problem is not misunderstanding the passage. The problem is we don't know what are we searching for.
Point.
So the most important thing is to understand the question very, very clearly and spend more energy understanding the question than searching for the answer. Because if you understand the question, the answer will strike you like this. The confusion is not where is the answer. The confusion is what is the question. The damn question itself is not clear. Okay, so let's try to solve a few questions together. Okay, this true false not given is something which is very deadly. Most of the people find it to be very confusing. I don't like it. That's the reaction. Okay, so let's try to understand the first question. Can you please read the first question and just paraphrase it in your mind? Okay, I don't want you to speak aloud. Just paraphrase in your mind. Read the first question, paraphrase it in your mind. A few of you might have already done this test, but then fine. For the sake of argument, we can do it together. Have you paraphrased it? Can I ask some? Okay, take your time. Take your time. Take like 30 seconds to understand this first question. Have you all read it? Nancy says she has read it. Ranjit also says I'm assuming that you guys have read it. Okay. So Michael Faraday was
Yes.
the first person to recognize Perkins' ability as a student of chemistry. Now I'm asking you a question before you search it. How can this statement be false? What could be the situations in which this statement would be false?
Michael is not a student of chemistry.
देखो क्वेश्चन ही ठीक से नहीं पढ़े रंजीत भाई, गड़बड़ कर दी, फिर से पढ़ो.
Michael could be second.
Yeah,
Michael,
I was about to say the same thing.
Michael Faraday was the first person to recognize Parkin's
So he was not the
ability
first
to.
person.
तो माइकल के अलावा कोई और है जो कि इस पर्किन नाम के बंदे की एबिलिटी को पहचान गया है? If that is the case, then this will stand as false, isn't it? If instead of Michael
Yes.
Faraday there is somebody else, right? या माइकल फैराडे की कोई, हाँ, this is one thing. Okay, in which situation can this statement be true?
Would be doing an activity, and Michael Faraday think that he has the ability to be a student of chemistry.
Yeah. So Michael Faraday identifies this guy and tells that ये बच्चा chemistry का कुछ ना कुछ बड़ा काम करने वाला है. If Michael Faraday is the first person to say that, in that case, this statement would be true. All right. And we don't know who said it first time, then it will be not given. All right. So the question is clear, and you understand in which situations can it be true, false, or not given. The question says कोई MF नाम का बंदा है जो कह रहा है कि उसने पर्किन को पहली बार उसके दिमाग में आया कि ये बच्चा केमिस्ट्री का गुरु बनने वाला है. All right. Let's go to the passage and you just write down true, false, or
Rajiv,
not.
the right answer would be the not given one.
अरे अभी तो हमने पैसेज ही नहीं पढ़ा मेरे भाई.
Okay.
आप तो प्रेडिक्शन पे आ गए हो, मतलब एकदम भविष्यवाणी करोगे. So I want you to read the passage first, okay?
Okay.
I want you to read maybe the first two paragraphs given here and then tell me what is your answer. I mean, don't tell me, just write it down, keep it in your mind. When I ask you, I want you to tell me that that statement is true or false. Let me just remind you. Michael Faraday was the first person to recognize the abilities of Perkin as a chemist or in chemistry. That is the question. If you want, I can open that as well. So this is the 3 tabs technique, As you can see, I've opened 2 tabs here. In the first tab, I will open the, so let me not confuse you. पहले आप जरा इसका जवाब दो पहले, फिर बात करते हैं.
False.
ये किसने बोला? So yeah, you are right actually. Why is it false?
Can I answer?
Yeah, please go ahead.
So because in the second paragraph, you can check it has been clearly given in an indirect way that it was the Thomas Hall, his teacher, who first identified his interest in chemistry.
Perfect.
But it was not given directly. It was in the form of a synonym. So we should identify that.
Bang on. That's it. So Thomas Hall, who encouraged him to attend da. उससे पहले भी बोला है कहीं पे ना. Where is that? Which line? His talent and devotion to the subject were perceived by his teacher, Thomas Hall. Isn't it enough? His talent and devotion to the subject were perceived, means identified, by his teacher, Thomas Hall. तो माइकल फैराडे नहीं था, वो थॉमस हॉल था जिसने इसकी प्रतिभा को जाना. So it's
Sir, may I speak something else?
Yeah, please go ahead.
So one more trick which I have learnt about is that I think the first question usually comes like it starts in the correct order of the paragraph also. So just to save time, search in the first or the second paragraph.
Perfect. That's absolutely right. You're right. Most of the time, the questions would follow the same sequence as the passage. So the first question would be from the first paragraph, the second question would be from the second paragraph, and that is very correct. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Rajiv. In one of your video, I learned this. The questions come sequentially
Yeah,
as per the paragraphs.
exactly. Exactly. That's correct. So we have learned 2-3 things here. That reading comprehension is actually a game. It's like a treasure hunt, and there are certain jugards which are available with us, and we need to be aware of them. Number one, we have to understand the question very clearly and understand the various ways in which the question can twist. How can it be true? How can it be false? How can it be not given? We should be absolutely clear about it. That's number one. Number two, this thing which Dr. Praj told us, that 90%, see, every question would have two parts to it. Where is the answer and what is the answer? If you know where is the answer, half the battle is won, isn't it? The problem is, where is the answer? We don't know. So if this thing is already solved, that the questions are there in sequence, you have won half the battle. Now the only thing that remains is, what is the answer? Yeah, and for that you can use those keywords, understand the question very clearly. What is the way to understand the question? Can somebody tell me? I'm telling understand the question, understand the question. How would you understand the question? How would you make sure that you have understood the question? Is there a way to know clearly that you have understood it?
Paraphrase the question in your mind.
Exactly. Paraphrase the question in your mind. Speak it in your own language. You know, the way a computer works. There is some input, the compiler translate into some machine language, and the machine language is like what the computer understands, those zeros and ones. हमने जो compiler वगैरह बचपन में पढ़ा था. So use the same technique. Paraphrase the question, speak it in your own language so that you know very clearly what are you searching for. All right. Okay, let's do the second question now. I will not give any hint. I want you to just follow these steps. Read the question, paraphrase in your mind. I'll take you to that paragraph. मैं उतना सिर्फ उतना ही hint दूंगा आपको, and you have to tell me whether it is true, false, or not given. Don't say I will ask you at that time. You are supposed to tell. So first, let me time it also. Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds to read the question and paraphrase it. Let's थोड़ा सा pressure डालते हैं इसके अंदर time का, ठीक है? क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 कर रहे हैं आप लोग. I hope you have read the question. Now I'm taking you to the passage. Okay, somewhere in the first 3 paragraphs the answer is there. Keep it in your mind. Okay, and when I ask you, I'm giving you 20 seconds to read the passage and answer it. Okay, I hope you have got the answer by now. So if you are ready, please tell me the answer.
False.
Okay.
False.
Okay. Okay.
False.
Okay. आप सब लोगों को ना वो एडवोकेट बनते हैं ना, वो वाला कोर्स करना पड़ेगा. क्लियर कट एविडेंस होगा. फॉल्स कैसे बोल सकते हैं किसी चीज को? देखिए, मैं हेमा मालिनी हूँ, क्या बोलोगे? ट्रू या फॉल्स?
अब नहीं हो. False.
False. क्यों? मैं हेमा मालिनी क्यों नहीं हूँ?
Because Hema Malini is
Rajiv
somebody else.
Gondal.
Exactly. You know this. You know my name, right? I am not Hema Malini because I am Rajiv Gondal. You can call somebody as incorrect when you know the correct thing. All right. मैंने आज मक्की की रोटी और सरसों का साग खाया था. क्या बोलोगे? मैं पंजाबी हूँ और मैं मेरे घर में मेरे मक्के के खेत हैं और बहुत कुछ ऐसा है जो मक्के से रिलेटेड है. तो मैंने आज मक्की की रोटी और सरसों का साग खाया था. क्या बोलोगे? ट्रू फॉल्स नॉट गिवन?
Not given.
अरे कैसी बात कर रहे हो आप? मेरे मक्के के खेत हैं.
How would we know, sir?
Exactly. How would you know, sir? So did Michael Faraday suggested Perkin or not? Is it said that he did not? He did not suggest? कहाँ लिखा है? Michael Faraday never suggested him. ऐसा लिखा है? He suggested not to join Royal College. ऐसा कहीं लिखा है? बताओ इस पैराग्राफ में. See, the opposite of yes is no. The opposite of true is false. So in case you are saying something is false, you should know what is true. If I'm not Hema Malini, then I must be somebody else, and you should know who that somebody else is.
But so it's written that Thomas Hall and then comma and then who encouraged him to attend the series. It means, can't we say that he suggested?
I think the Thomas Hall didn't suggested him to enroll for the college. He just suggested him to go for the
Just
lectures.
encouraged, yeah.
Exactly. तो यहाँ तो उसने बोला कि जाओ उसके क्या क्वेश्चन क्या था? फिर से क्वेश्चन ध्यान से पढ़ते हैं. माइकल फेराडे की बात चल रही है. वैसे भी माइकल फेराडे चाचा ने इसको बोला बच्चे को कि जा बेटा जा, रॉयल कॉलेज ऑफ केमिस्ट्री ज्वाइन कर ले. जा बेटा
Sir,
जा.
his speech encouraged him to join
Exactly.
his
So
speech. Yeah.
करेक्ट. तो मतलब वो कौन सी मूवी थी जिसके अंदर ऋतिक रोशन था? उसको देख करके मेरे दिल में इच्छा हो गई कि मैं फौज ज्वाइन करूं. कौन सी
So
थी?
it must be not given, I guess.
हाँ,
Answer.
इसका मतलब थी ना कि ऋतिक रोशन मेरे घर पे आया, उसने बोला बेटा आर्मी ज्वाइन कर. कौन सी थी वो? मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ?
Laksh.
Yeah. So if I got inspired by Hrithik Roshan and I joined army, that does not mean Hrithik Roshan came to my home and suggested, Rajiv, तू ना army के लिए बना जा.
Sir, to be honest, you have chosen the right thing right now, because I think this is the right time to ask you this. The problem lies in the false and not given only. Like that's the most difficult part, which I feel like
No.
even
There is no problem. See, there is a difference between causation and coincidence. ये तो आपने पढ़ा होगा.
yes, sir. Yes.
So this is just a coincidence. A coincidence is not a causation, right? It was not the cause of this guy joining the college. The cause was not this guy suggested. If it is the thing, he has to state it very clearly. Right? Michael Faraday के उसने lecture सुने और दिल में उसकी उमंग जागी और उसने जाकर के. So this is you are right actually, and this is one big problem. You know, we consider a coincidence as a causation.
Sir, is there any trick for the same to avoid any
Just
mistake?
remember this. Say this 3,000 times when you get up early in the morning. You know, coincidence is not causation. Coincidence is not causation. Train your mind to identify the difference between coincidence and causation. Isn't it?
So could I speak something in this?
Yeah, please go ahead.
I just wanted to share that. Excuse me. I just wanted to share that I have read the tricks and tips in that it was written that if it's true, it means the statement whichever is given completely it's there in the passage. And if it's false, it means it could be, most probably it could be the opposite. It means if the Michael Faraday has said that, that is the statement in the passage it's written, it's not, he did not say that. Okay, so we can say it's false.
Yes.
But nothing is relevant in the statement in the passage. It means the statement could be moreover of not given.
Correct.
So somehow this can help.
Yes. That is true. And they try to confuse you with half evidence, some hint, which makes you think in a certain direction. So you have to look for a very, very strong evidence to say true or false.
Sir, I think it's a fine line. It's very easy to say, but right now, but practice will make us cross that line, which I feel.
Exactly. And that is what I am saying. Do the same test multiple times so that your brain gets trained to think in a certain way. Because of our pursuit for speed, we miss precision, isn't it? And we try to do many tests, but we miss those file lines. We have to do the same thing multiple times to understand how they try to, confuse us. It's not difficult, it's just a little tricky. Okay, let's do the next question. Question number 3. Read it first. 30 seconds for you. इसको अपने दिमाग में घुमाओ, 4-5 अलग तरीके से बोलो, and then you do it. Let me do this question for you, okay? Perkin employed some AWH as his assistant. I don't want to pronounce this word because it's not going to help me in any way. So I'll call it as AWH. Perkin employed AWH as his assistant. मतलब Perkin ने AWH को अपना assistant बनाया. ये मैंने इसको पैराफ्रेज किया कि चल तू आजा, मेरा चेला बन जा, मुझे हेल्प कर. So Perkin employed AWH as his assistant. मुझे इसका एविडेंस देखना है कि क्या उसने उसको अपना असिस्टेंट बनाया था या कुछ और, किसी और को बनाया होगा, या कुछ हुआ ही नहीं होगा ऐसा, राइट? सो आई एम वेरी क्लियर अबाउट द क्वेश्चन कि परकिन ने AWH को अपना चेला बनाया. नाउ लेट मी रीड द पैराग्राफ, and as I know it is in sequence, so this part is already done. Probably I'll read the third paragraph here. So I want you to read this third paragraph. Take maybe 20 seconds to read this part, and then we'll discuss the answer.
Here, AWH is heading.
Yeah,
So that
AWH.
cannot be.
So hold on. I'll ask you, okay? I want to give some time to everyone, so you all can read it, have a very fixed answer, and then I'll ask you. Okay, now I want to ask you, what is the answer?
It's false, I think.
Okay, so one person says false.
It's clear false.
Ranjit?
But again, there is a confusion, sir, in false and not clear.
Not given.
No, the passage clearly says that the AWH.
AWH?
It's other way around actually. The AWH employed
The AWH employed
Perkin as his assistant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely false. या उल्टा हो रहा है. परकिन ने नहीं उसको अपना नौकर रखा था या एम्प्लॉय रखा था, असिस्टेंट रखा था. AWH प्रिंसिपल था, उसने परकिन को बोला कि आजा बेटा मेरी हेल्प कर, मेरा चेला बन जा. So it is ulta. When it is ulta, it has to be false, nothing else, isn't it?
Yeah, got it, sir. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you see this? Can you see this clearly? Half the time, we do not pay attention to the question. If you start spending 20 seconds more on the question, you will clearly get the answer. The answer is not difficult, but you did not know the question. The whole problem is हमको पता ही नहीं होता बबलू दिखता कैसा है और उसको ढूंढने निकल पड़ते हैं. तो हम किसी भी चपलू को पकड़ के ले आते हैं, बोलते हैं आ गया चपलू, फिर वो बोलती है किसको पकड़ना है. Isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, let's do the next question. So this is how you are supposed to do reading and reading comprehension. Your focus should be on the questions. Don't even try to understand the passage. Number one, the best way to avoid the lion is by not going to the jungle. The best way to understand the passage is by not reading it. The best way to avoid misunderstanding the question is by not reading it, isn't it? So don't read the passage. Pay all attention to the questions. Go to that particular line wherever it is mentioned and answer it. Okay, and this is not just true from so you can do this test. I'll send this to you. It is very much applicable to all the questions. Don't read the passage. Read the question, understand the question a little bit, go to the passage. The biggest mistake and the biggest time waster is reading the passage without having a reference of the question. And the problem, it's not your fault. It's the way the whole test is propagated or publicized. It is a reading comprehension test. That's what people say. Is it reading comprehension? No, it's not reading comprehension. It's answering the questions and understanding all the ways they use to confuse us, isn't it?
Yes.
Once we know how they confuse us, it is so easy to answer. Let's do one more. Chalo ek aur karte hain. Question number 4. I want you to read it. मन में paraphrase it. क्या इसका मतलब है हिंदी में, पंजाबी में, बंगाली में, whatever language you want to use. And then after that, I want you to just give me 1 second, please. So read the question, please. You can start reading it. Yes, read the question.
Yes.
Okay. So Tolkien was still young when he made the discovery that made him rich and famous. तो ये बंदा अभी भी young था, हमें ये पता लगाना है. So let's go there. So I want you to read these 2 paragraphs here, the ones which are here, especially this paragraph, and just zero down upon your answer once you are done. Then I'll ask you some of these.
It's true, sir.
अभी तो बताना नहीं था वैसे, पर ठीक है.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
It's okay. So okay, चलो इसको हम जल्दी से करते हैं. Not long after that, Perkin made the scientific breakthrough that would bring him both fame and fortune, and he was just 15 years and he did this. So the answer is true. एक और करते हैं, चलिए. इस बार स्पॉइलर मत कीजिएगा. इस बार हम सबको मौका देते हैं, देखते हैं क्या होता है. ठीक है? Now this is a very interesting question. Okay, read this question first. 5th question. Please read it and try to speak in your mind, understanding the word only. This only word is very interesting. You read it? I want to give time to you. So if you say, no, I'm not going to move forward, I want you to tell me, yes, you have read it. Then I'll go to the passage.
Oh, yeah.
You read it? The
Yes,
trees
sir,
from
yes.
which quinine is derived grow only in South America. Some tree, they say, grow only in South America. All right. And I want you to read probably this paragraph. especially the last 2-3 lines of this paragraph. Or maybe not last 2-3 lines, the whole paragraph actually. If you want, I'll take you to the test, the question once again. If you want to read it and you want to refer to it, take your time. I don't want you to rush at this point right now. Yes, have you read it? Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So,
Okay.
It's not given.
False.
Okay.
Not given.
Not
All-
given.
not given.
Not given. Not given.
Okay, why not?
Not given.
There are so many people who are saying not given. Why not given?
Because
It
this
is
here it is clearly mentioned like this tree is native to South America. So
So-
native to South America doesn't mean like
It's the
this tree
only
cannot be
one.
found anywhere.
भाई आप लोग तो perfect हो गए अब. You have started thinking like the examiner. This is how they try to confuse you. And if you have this thing in your mind, you can never go wrong. True, false, not given is not confusing. The way you think is confusing. So it is not given. You are right. It is saying it is native to South America. So native to South America means it originated in South America. So if I say Sardars are native Indians, that does not mean Sardars are found only in India. There are more Sardars in Canada probably. Is what all the Canadians say. That's why they have changed the name of the country itself. It has become Canada or Canada, isn't it? So whatever. The point is you have to understand the question clearly to answer it. And these small differences make the whole change in the way the question is structured. Are found, is this tree found only in this place? We don't have an evidence. The line is it is native to South America. Native means it's originated in South America. That does not mean that it is found only in South America. Yeah. So now you know. So don't worry about getting, even if you go wrong, it's absolutely fine. The whole thing is you should use the right strategies. You should follow the right steps to get to the right answer. Make the whole reading test.
So here the answer is false.
Yeah, the answer is not false, not given.
Not given.
Not given. हमें क्या मालूम कि वो दूसरी जगह पाया जाता है कि नहीं पाया जाता, उसका कोई एविडेंस नहीं ना है. हम सिर्फ इतना जानते हैं कि वो साउथ अमेरिका में ओरिजिनेट हुआ था. उसके बाद वो दूसरी जगह दिखता है या नहीं दिखता है, उसका कोई एविडेंस नहीं है.
Okay.
तो क्वेश्चन बहुत अलग चीज पूछ रहा है और हमारा जो एविडेंस है वो किसी और चीज का है. So that is why we cannot say this confidently. Yeah. So this is how you're supposed to do reading. I think I have touched upon some very, very fundamental aspects of reading. Number one, your focus should not be on the passage. Your focus should be on the questions, right? That's number one. Number two, read the question, paraphrase the question, say it multiple times in your own ways, and then go to the passage to to find the right answer. Number three, the questions are usually in the same sequence as, I don't know, Khushbud, is there any problem that you're facing? There's some issue with, I think you're not able to enter or what is going on, I don't know. I think there was this issue with one person not able to enter the room, so that's fine. Okay. So this is what it is. We are supposed to be very focused on the questions and that's how we can get all those answers there. Okay. Okay. So that's about reading. What about writing? What is the best way to develop our writing skills? How to go about developing writing?
Analyze the question properly.
Analyze the question properly. All right. What else? So you're going to get one letter and one essay. If I want to take some baby steps, and if I want to develop, if I want to follow a path which will take me to the destination of scoring 8 bands or above in writing, what should be my starting point? What should I do? How should I go about preparing for writing? I don't want to be a master in writing today itself. I want to have a plan for, let's say, 15 days. But after 15th day, I should be in position to write an essay and a letter and get the desired marks. What steps should I follow in these 15 days so that I develop the skills of writing?
Know the band, know the descriptions on which the examiner evaluates you. Like the
Perfect.
4
So this is the
descriptions.
first thing. What exactly are you evaluated on? So task completion, cohesion, coherence, grammar and vocabulary. What is the meaning of it? भाई ये गेम के रूल्स क्या हैं? क्रिकेट सीखने जा रहे हो तो थोड़ा तो पढ़ के जाओगे ना कि आउट किसको बोलते हैं और चौका किसको बोलते हैं और छक्का किसको बोलते हैं?
Basically, we need to understand the structure, that how we are gonna start, or what will the middle phrase or the ending phrase.
Yeah, so this is good, but then how would you learn this? Is there a way? Is there a proven way by which I can develop my writing skills? That after 15 days I start writing the essays and letters. What should I do? मैं अगले 15 दिन तक ऐसा क्या करूं जिससे कि मेरा राइटिंग स्किल्स जो है वो अपने आप, मतलब एक ऑटोमेटेड तरीके से, जैसे होता है ना, वो वहां पे
Follow a set format. Follow a set format and practice upon that.
ये मोदी जी जैसा डायलॉग लग रहा है, सेट फॉर्मेट। भैया कौन सा फॉर्मेट? फॉर्मेट दो ना।
Sir, as in the introduction paragraph, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and conclusion.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But then I don't know. I'm still confused. Like, what do I write in the first paragraph? Is there some way, some path, something which is more tangible, which can take me from wherever I am to where I want to go in next 15 days? What do I do? So if
Maybe we can search for a sample of letters or essay, and by that we can start practicing it.
रंजीत, आप बहुत जबरदस्त आदमी हो, आप मेरी जगह लेने वाले हो ऐसा लग रहा है. This is what I would like to say.
Sir Abhinav, not
Okay,
Ranjit.
Abhinav, this is the best way as I understand. If you simply copy a few answers, if you have got some standard answers and you know some rules, and you simply rewrite the sample essays, let's say next 15 days, you rewrite 15 sample answers and you get them checked, you would be there, isn't it? You would understand everything: how to write introduction, how to write body, how to write conclusion. In 15 days, if you write 15 essays and 15 letters, would you not be there? Even if you have written them with some help. The problem is we always try to think about performance without giving proper preparation and practice. So if I ask you to write an essay and you write it, what are you trying to do? If I give you a topic and you write an essay and send it back to me, what are you doing? You are actually showing your performance, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
But before performance, what comes before performance?
Practice.
Preparation and practice, isn't it? So if you try to think in terms of paragraph, introduction, body, all that is right. But will it really take you to writing very good essays after 15 days? Maybe, maybe not. But if you have got some 15 standard essays and 15 standard letters, and if you read them and rewrite them and read it on a daily basis, you would understand everything about how to draft it, how to write it, because you would have a framework in front of you. All the problems, all the shortcomings of your writing would be solved to a great extent. Now, don't misunderstand me. मैं रट्टू तोता नहीं बनवाना चाह रहा कि 15 ऐसे रट डालो. इसीलिए मैं 15 दिन में 15 ऐसे लिखने को बोल रहा हूं. अगर रट्टू तोता वाला काम होता तो बोलता एक ही दिन में रट लो. Isn't it? I wanted a very gradual process, but something which is very, very supported process, where you are not groping in the dark, where there is a pathway. That today I'm writing this essay and this letter, and I'm first understanding and then writing. Then I'm writing this, and again, not writing directly. The sample which I want you to follow is this. Read the question first, draft your rough answer. Like these are the points which come to my mind if I were to write an essay on this topic, right? So you are exercising your mind, but you are not wasting time writing the whole essay. You're just jotting down some points about it. ऐसा 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 मैं लिख सकता हूँ, एक rough draft जिसे बोलते हैं. Then you read the sample provided to you. Now there are two things. One, your rough draft and this sample. You can compare the two. What were you thinking? What kind of words were you thinking to write? How has this sample been written? You can compare it. And then you rewrite the sample, taking some clues from whatever you thought. If you do this exercise for 15 essays and 15 letters, can you close your eyes and imagine yourself doing it? And can you see yourself that you would be able to master the skill of writing to a great extent? Can you see this? I'm not saying it is possible or not possible. I just want to ask, is it probable? Is there a very high probability that if you write 15 essays like this, you would have at least understood the whole structure and learned a lot of vocabulary by doing it? And you would be doing in a very non-threatening manner, where there is more surety than probability or unsurety, or what do you call it is not tentative, it is more towards sure. Do you see this? Does this look like a plan? Tell me. And something which is very tangible. "15 essays, 15 letters, with the question, with the answer." You do this exercise of rewriting them rather than writing them. And you're not just, copying them. You are doing a little bit of step-by-step process. I mean, you are following these steps.
Rajiv,
So
what you were trying to say is that we are copying the format, but within a step by step, we are adding our own modification that whatever the thoughts or is that
Yeah.
something?
All I'm trying to say is something very simple. How did you learn cycling? You remember? Your father or some elderly person was running behind you. You were holding the bicycle. Have you seen some kids learning bicycle when their papa or mama take them to the garden to teach them cycling? They run behind them. So they handle they maneuver the handle, they do paddling, the kids do everything, but somebody is holding the stand at the back. They do not let them fall. And they don't even know when papa or mama just leave them alone and they start cycling. They still think that somebody is holding me. And they keep on cycling, cycling, cycling. And after some time, they look back and they find, oh, nobody is there. Then they fall down. Isn't it? After doing this exercise 2-3 times, they develop the confidence that I can do it. मैंने पहले कर लिया है. What mostly people do is they start riding the bicycle without support. That's a recipe to fail. Irrespective of cycling or anything, isn't it the best way to learn? When you let somebody else hold the whole thing and you just kind of do a small portion of it. So you are partnering with somebody who has already done it rather than you doing everything on your own. Can somebody tell me a simpler way than this? That no, this is very difficult. I want something simpler, easier than this. Can there be an easier way? Or other way?
This is a really good idea, sir, that you said, because this is how, like, actually we get, it helps to boost the confidence, you know.
Yeah.
Whichever essays that we have gone through, at least we would gain the confidence in those essays that yes, we are pro in these topics, and that will
Exactly.
help us to get the
Yeah. Otherwise, what happens? Can you write 15 essays in 15 days? Just think, without any help, you're supposed to write 15 essays, and I'll be checking them, or somebody will be checking them and telling them, no, it is incorrect, no, it is incorrect, no, it is incorrect. By 15th day, you will get so discouraged that you will say, do hell with IELTS. I'm good in India.
even that 15 essays would be not up to the mark, and we would keep on doing the same thing,
Exactly.
same mistakes, and we would keep on repeating it.
Exactly.
Yes.
So do it this way. You know, nothing. Somebody wrote a comment to me today. I don't know whether you read it or not. You are fooling people and trying an easy way to earn money. You yourself say that you make people rectify all the essays, and you are telling that you are telling some easy way to teach. Why are you saying this? Did you all read my advertisement? Somebody wrote a comment on it, you know. See, look at this. There is a
No.
dichotomy in your own statements. You are saying that don't remember vocabulary, don't do anything, and you yourself ask people to write it. So how fair is it? I never ask you to remember difficult vocabulary. I do not say that you should try to remember some difficult grammar ka structures. All I'm trying to say is, if there is a model available which is actually a very easy model. I was a fan of, you know, there is a phase in everyone's life when they get attracted by something which is very difficult, and they think that difficult is ideal. If something is easy, it cannot be ideal, isn't it? आपकी लाइफ में कभी ऐसा हुआ है जब आपको लग रहा था कि ये डिफिकल्ट है तो यही आइडियल है, और जब आप उसको कर लेते हो तो आपको समझ में आता है कि अरे मैं तो गलत रास्ते पे था. जरूरी नहीं है कि अगर कोई आइडियल आंसर है तो उसको डिफिकल्ट भी होना चाहिए. So there was a phase when I used to think using difficult vocabulary and heavy expressions and difficult sentences, grammar is the best way to score very high marks in IELTS. And I was absolutely wrong. I found that the best answer is the simplest answer, because simplicity is the highest level of sophistication. Do you agree? The
Yeah,
higher
that's true.
level,
We
the
always get
highest degree
frustrated
of
with.
the highest degree of sophistication is simplicity. If something is simple, which that means lot of time and lot of energy is spent to make it simple. So when you start writing, please don't be a fan of difficult words and heavy vocabulary and difficult grammar. It should answer the question directly, and it should be the simplest answer to the question asked.
Sir, can I ask you 2 points over this?
Yes.
Like, this will make our writing in a better way, but I just want to confirm 2 things.
Yes.
Whether handwriting and writing more than word limit, like under limit is not allowed, but what I have heard is that writing more than the word limit as well as your handwriting, does it have any like effect on your final score for evaluation of the writing?
So my experience is that people with beautiful handwriting definitely score more marks. There are no two ways about it. So you have to work on handwriting in case your handwriting is not legible. Having said that, you should not write it in a calligraphic form कि एकदम ही बिल्कुल जैसे होता है ना calligraphy. There are some simple tricks to develop handwriting as well. And nowadays, since computer based test is there, you can even, you know, ignore this particular thing in case you develop a little bit of typing speed. So to be direct, I mean, to answer your question, handwriting matters. You know, good handwriting.
And
The word
Rajiv,
limit?
And this, yeah, let me answer this. So word limit, in case you write more than 250 words, let's say up to 280 words, or maybe 300 words, but that's a like Lakshman Rekha, not beyond 300. Even 300 is also a little extended essay. I would rather stick you like you to stick yourself to 280 words. So beyond 250 is okay. 249 is not okay. It should not be less than 250. It is okay to go beyond 250, but not beyond 280.
So does it include all the words like the vowels also, the A and the and all those small words also? Like every word in particular has been counted, because there is also a dilemma for the same. Like,
Well, to be honest with you, I have never read anywhere that these words are not included. So my take is every word is counted, and my jugaad is to write 270 words or 260 words. So even if they are not counted, I'm safe. But then no document from British Council, from IDP, from anywhere has ever, no authentic document says that those articles A and D are not counted. They are very much counted.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
Rajiv sir, I have one question. Like, I do make a lot of spelling mistakes. How it's going to impact this my
So I
writing
believe in
scores?
one solution which is a solution to all the problems. My dear, start copying stuff. स्पेलिंग की ऐसी की तैसी आप कुछ ऐसे वर्ड्स तैयार करके रखो जो हर ऐसे में लिख पाओ, और उसके लिए कुछ 15-20 एसेज को अपना आइडियल बना लो. तो आप जैसे एक लड़का था,
Mhm,
उसको ना उसको एक लाइन पे दिल आ गया. द लाइन वाज
mhm,
स्मूथ सीज डू नॉट मेक स्किलफुल सेलर्स.
mhm,
सो चाहे कोई भी ऐसे हो, वो हर ऐसे में वो ये वाली लाइन जरूर डालता था. So I'm
mhm,
not suggesting you should do it. I'm just taking it like an example. What I'm trying to say is this. If you have a collection of, let's say, 20, 30 phrases, which you can use in every
mhm.
essay, you can overcome this problem of spelling to a certain extent. See, try to understand. Irrespective of the topic, an essay will have some fixed milestones, isn't it? There is an introduction, there is body, there is conclusion. There are certain phrases which can be used in introduction. Thanks to unprecedented development in the field of science and technology, the world has turned into a global village. अब ये अगर मैं याद कर लूं तो मैं काफी सारे ऐसे एसेज में इसको लगा सकता हूं जहां कहीं भी कुछ साइंस और टेक्नोलॉजी से रिलेटेड बात आ रही है. द पर्पस इज नॉट टू अंडरमाइन द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ, ये यू टर्न मारने के लिए फ्रेज है. कंक्लूड करने के लिए मैं हमेशा टू कंक्लूड, गिवन दैट, और वो करके मैं अपनी बात बोल के कॉमा लगा के दूसरा फ्रेज लिख सकता हूँ. 3-4 ऑल्दो वाले सेंटेंस बना लूं तो मेरी ना जुगाड़ एक तरह से फिक्स ही हो जाती है. So I'm very very focused about the evaluation criteria. When they say that grammar, range and accuracy is one part on which you get marks, and if I have got some fixed structures, I can actually forget about all the small things. इस spelling की गलती हो रही है, ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है. No. So to answer your question, I would like you to focus on rewriting 15 essays the way they are. Learn all the vocabulary, all the content, the highlighted words on those 15 essays, and just rewrite them. And just try to remember those words which are used on those 15 essays. So you would not be focusing, you don't have to remember the whole dictionary to write good essays, right? So you would have a repository of some good phrases which you can use in any essay.
Thanks, Rajiv. Do you have this repository available? If you have,
Yeah, I'm going to send these essays to you. So I'm going to send you some 11 essays and some vocabulary. In fact, I've already shared it. If you go to the description of the group, in the description, there is a file called as important link or some link there. You click on that, you'll get all of them one by one. And if you face any problem, just send a message. The group is open. I'll paste it there in the group itself.
Sir, I want your expert opinion on one fact regarding personally. It's about my personal thing. Sir, since past few months, like I have tried these exams like several times, The only issue which I face is that every time I've been given 6.5 bands in writing. So now I'm very amazed or curious to know that if my writing is bad or not up to the mark, then why not I'm getting 6, 5.5, or even 5, let's say. Why always I've been kept at 6.5, that is on purpose 0.5 bands short of 7? Is there any particular reason which you know that certain people they always get 6.5, or what exact factor which they are lacking to get that particular 6.5 and not 7? I will be glad to know your views on this.
So I have seen people scoring 7 bands in their first attempt itself.
Yes, sir, I know that, but this thing is happening with me. So I just want to know, like, what exactly is happening with me for this.
And I'm a big fan of not given. So for me, the answer to this question is not given. I don't have an evidence for it. So I cannot say anything on that right now. All I can say is this: you can definitely score 7 or 8 bands. And if it is a nuance of like errors here and there, if there are some errors and you get stuck at 6.5, the question that we are trying to address is why not 6, why not 5.5? But then the point of the fact of the matter is a 5.5 is also as bad as 6.5. So the question should be, how do I get 8 bands?
Yes, sir, you're right. But then the thing is, if I'm following all the things like explained by you, all the practice and all the things done,
So let
and
me send you a question. Let me send you a question. Is that Dr.
yeah, sir, Dr. Parachi, yeah.
I want you to, if you have written some essays, if you have written something, please send it to me so I'll be able to check it and tell you that from my perspective, where does it stand?
Sure, sir. We'll be doing that soon. Yeah.
So that will give us some calibrated way of commenting on it. We would have something, some meaty stuff to discuss. That okay, ये 4 गलतियां हैं.
So where this thing needs to be sent, like, do you have any email ID for this, or it should be sent on the group, or what exactly you will
You can
suggest?
send it to me individually in or to my
WhatsApp? Okay, sir. Okay.
My email address, wherever you want. My email is rajivgondal@gmail.com. So send it there. I'll check it and we will discuss.
Sure, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Yeah.
Most welcome. All right. Any other questions about writing? Now comes the speaking part. Speaking we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. If you take care of listening, reading, and writing, speaking would be a cakewalk. Isn't it? Because by doing listening in reading and writing, you actually develop a lot of ideas. You develop content, you develop the right way to express yourself. You get so organized that speaking becomes a cakewalk to a great extent.
Sir, I think writing takes care of the speaking part, I think.
Yes. The only difference between writing and speaking is that in speaking you are supposed to express everything in words. In writing you are supposed to express everything in the written text. So you have to be organized, you have to use good vocabulary, you have to have very clear thoughts. So all those things which are there in writing are also evaluated in speaking. So you are right. Writing is actually the gateway to develop your speaking.
Sir, lastly, just need to confirm for me and as well as my colleagues out here. So the thing which you told about practicing those 15 letters or essays, whatever you have told. So shall we get that particular thing to the link which you told just now on the WhatsApp description,
Yes.
or is it any other way of getting it?
It's there in the group. So when you click on that, you will be able to access all of them. There's some additional content also there, and in case you do not find it, just send a message and I'll post it in the group, or in any case I'll paste it in the group once again, so all that exercise is saved. So right away after this session, I will paste those 15 essays and letters, so they will be there with you. You can simply start rewriting them.
Thanks, sir.
Okay. Anything else that you want? Anything else? Any other questions that you have about listening, reading, writing? So I think, yeah, uh, implementation or execution is the most underrated strategy, as I have heard. You know, execution is the most underrated strategy. We talk about lots and lots of strategies. ये कर सकते हैं, वो कर सकते हैं, करते नहीं है. So execution is the most underrated strategy. You start executing what I said regarding listening. I'm going to send this recording to you so you can hear it in case you want to, and in case there was some problem here and there, if you missed something. For listening, I want you to do the same test multiple times. For reading, I want you to be focused on the questions. Analyze the questions, go to the passage, and then answer them. For writing, the simple way is take 15 letters, 15 essays, rewrite them, and be perfect in those 15 essays and 15 letters. When you start getting 8 bands in 15 essays and 15 letters, even with some support, there is a strong possibility that the 16th letter and the 16th essay that you write on your own would have all the elements of all those 15 letters and essays you wrote earlier. So that's the simplest way of developing your writing. You know, there is a lot of myth and misconception about writing. So that's that, and we'll talk about speaking tomorrow. That's the gist of all the whole thing that we discussed. My plan, my agenda was to discuss about the strategies for the sections and to tell you about the simplest way to prepare for these different sections of the test. I'm going to send you a link. I want you to write down what you learned today. This will be a great help to me and to you to revise it. All right. And I'm going to paste all the things there in the group. Tomorrow is our off. Why I want to give this off tomorrow is I want you to do a little hands on. My experience with the earlier batches has been that it becomes very, very tough for you to do a lot of things together. So I can do it tomorrow also. I don't have any issues. I can do it, but I want you to go a little slow on it. So I'm giving you one day at the beginning itself to do a little bit of practice and come up with whatever things you do. I want every one of you to have done the exercises that we have discussed today. So when we meet the next time, I want you to tell me that you have done it and you face those problems so that I can address them. I want you to finish it, you know. Execution is the most underrated strategy, as they say. So please execute. All right. So we are meeting day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow is Sunday. So is there anyone who works on Sunday if I plan to do it in the afternoon? Or this time is fine?
This time is okay.
So we'll
No
do it this
problem
time
this time.
itself. Yeah. We'll do it in the evening then. All right. See you on Sunday then. All the best to you.
So
Take
will you post?
Yes.
So will you post the things need to be done tomorrow on the WhatsApp so that we
Yes,
can
yes.
recollect it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Thank
will.
you, sir.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabai.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
night, sir. Bye bye.
So, excuse
Yes,
me, sir.
yes. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, sir. Just out of curiosity, I just wanted to ask this that, sir, is there any specific or are there any specific formats that the examiner are exactly looking forward for specifically for writing? I would say, let's say that if the essay is there, it's supposed to be like this. I mean, exactly I'm trying to ask you is, for example, you are telling us to give 15 essays, right? So there are multiple n number of essays are there on the Google if we're going to search, right? And they all would be of different type of formats and all. But do we need to follow a specific format specifically for the like as per the examiner point of view so that we can practice those formats and we can get pro in that? I hope I could be able to explain my question.
One trainer, one strategy, and lot of practice. So don't go to many doctors for the same disease, right? Every doctor will give his own medicine.
Yeah, that's what the point is.
All those medicines are good if the doctor is good, because there are so many good doctors, right? So one trainer, one strategy, and lot of practice. All the formats are equally good. So if you go to internet, you will find Liz, you'll find Jay, you'll find me, you'll find my brother, and so many people, and all of them come with a very good experience, but their experience is very unique to them, right? So don't get yourself, I mean, learn from all the people, but adopt something which is most aligned to your own thought process and your own way of learning. There is no, so for essays, two essays written in absolutely different ways can score equally good marks.
Yeah, that's what the question was.
So
Yes.
there is no fixed format. Somebody might write it in a very metaphorical way, and he has a strength in that aspect of depicting ideas. Somebody could be very direct. I am a fan of being very direct. I don't want to complicate because I've tried that route, like a Shakespeare or somebody who comes from literary background who try to show things in a very indirect manner. No, my experience tells me that the best way to answer the questions is to be very direct and just fulfill the criteria of the evaluation criteria. That's it.
Exactly. Doesn't matter whichever format it would be. We just have to be appropriate and perfect in that format.
Correct.
And it should be fulfill the criteria.
Correct. Can you see that how kids disturb? This laptop is used by my kid also. So somebody's coming up. Anyways, so that's correct. Please follow one format. There is nothing like one particular format that you are supposed to follow. You know, the format which is most aligned to your way of thinking, just follow that, and you can get very good marks using that. You can get the desired bands.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Bye, sir.
All right, take care. Bye bye.